Hello and welcome to OzToyReviews. Now it's your pal Oz here today, and I've run out of Ooshies to review. I keep on getting people asking me to do more Ooshies videos, but I've opened every box there is from Season 3. I've done all the DC and all the Marvel Series 3 and all the 7-packs and 4-packs and all the blind bags are all opened. So I've got no new ones to open, so I thought what I'll do, just to give you some other Ooshie video, is I'm gonna go through all my favorites. So these favorites may not be the most rare, like they're not all golden, shiny guys, but they're kind of just my favorite. They might just be the way they look, the way they smell. I might just like those characters. Most of the time it's the most colorful ones I like. But we'll go through them and let me know in the comments below which are your favorite from my collection, from the ones I'm showing you, and also what's your favorite one from your own collection, because I know a lot of you have a lot of Ooshies yourself. So let's get started. Now here we have Iron Man model number 4. Now a little known fact is that Iron Man uses many kind of Iron Man suits, but this one, model 4, is kind of like his fallback suit for whenever his main suit is busted up. And cool thing about it is that it looks exactly like the classic Iron Man suit from 1963. But anyway, that's not why I like it. It's here in these top 20 because just because he looks cute. He looks like kind of funny anime looking Iron Man. Like I've never seen Iron Man look cute before. But it's a legit suit, so it's just cute Iron Man. But anyway, that's why I like it. Now on to the next one. Now number 2, you probably noticed from that Superman symbol, is that we got classic Superman. And this guy's here mainly because I just like that light colored blue, and I'm super impressed that they got his signature pose so well where he's standing there with his hands on his hips. Otherwise, he just looks awesome. Whoa, awesome entrance, but here we have Titanium Iron Man Mark III. Now it's another one of his Iron Man suits. There's many different varieties, but this one I just like because it looks really awesome. The shiny kind of metallic paint lets you see lots of details, and then the kind of green and the cobalt blue look really nice together. Now here we have Hologram Ms. Marvel, and I don't know why I like her. I think she's just very colourful, and it's just a little bit special having like her legs only being see-through. But otherwise, we're going to have a Ms. Marvel movie coming out soon, and I've seen little like bits from her trailer, and it looks like it's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love her this time next year, so it's good to have her in here. But I don't know, I just think she looks awesome. Yay! I could make him roll all day long. But anyway, here we have Gallius Zed. He's a member of the Green Lanterns. As you can see, he looks like a big giant ball with 6 arms. What is there not to love by that? And also having his like ridiculous Green Lantern costume stretched over him. Just looks crazy. So I don't know much about the original character, but I just think this guy looks nuts. Yay! It's our pal Ganthet. Now, I don't know if he can teleport, by the way, but it looked cool. But this guy is mainly here because he's got a bright blue face, and that looks cool no matter who it belongs to. But the bright red robes look good with him, the Green Lantern symbol looks awesome, and he's one of the council looking after the Green Lanterns, tell them where to go and what to do. So he's got a cool job as well, but you don't see him very often. But he's awesome. Now on to the next one. Now, I don't know if the eyes give it away, but it is Spider-Man. Now, this is the Spider-Man from the new kind of Spider-Man Homecoming series, what came out a few months ago now. And you get the main difference is that it's got a lot of black highlights. So he's got that black webbing along his arms. His eyes have a lot more black in them than the plain white eyes of the previous series Spider-Man Ooshie. And again, he's just here because he's Spider-Man and he's awesome, and I love the amount of detail in this model. Now here we have Medusa from the Inhumans, I think they're called. Now she looks really cool, and I don't know if you watch many of these reviews, but whenever I see a female or a male, maybe Thor, with long flowy hair, I get really impressed by the amount of detail in their hair. And that's 99% of the reason why she's here, like just the amount of detail, and I just love looking at their hair. It just looks very cool. And also she's a cool character, like if you don't know much about her, she can control each strand of her hair like another arm. It can grow and stretch, and it's as strong as steel, so she's got a kind of cool unique power as well. Now you may not have recognized that symbol, but it belongs to the Iron Spider. Now the suit is one where Tony Stark has gifted Spider-Man with his own kind of like Iron Man suit, but kind of custom made Iron Man suit, so that it has lots of features that Spider-Man would like he can make the wings come out for under his arms, he can has a little spider what he can remote control. Well, it doesn't really control. It's kind of like it just kind of does its own thing. But also the main thing is giant spider legs comes out of its back, which is very cool. And if you've seen the newest Avengers movie, you'll see those legs be put into use quite a lot there. But it's very cool. And mainly he's here because I like that Iron Spider suit, but also it's kind of cute, so don't tell anyone. Now, here we have Lockjaw. Now, I don't particularly like this guy. I don't know anything about the character. I've never seen him on TV. I know he's the kind of companion for the Inhumans, but he's here because, I know he made me really, not really angry, but I was disappointed because in the back of the pictures for all the Ooshies, they show Lockjaw, who's a huge dog, like bigger than a normal human or superhero or whatever. He's usually huge, and in the back of the packet he's huge, and I thought he was going to be as big as a Hulkbuster, but then when I actually got him, he was tiny. He's like a little dog, half the size of a normal Ooshie. So, I don't know, he's just here because he's stuck into my mind, and I was looking for him. He was like one of the last Ooshies I found, and I've been looking for him throughout the whole series, and then he just turned out to be a tiny little kind of Ooshie. But, oh well, still cool. He's still cool even though he's not huge. Now, that was way too quick, but I was going to like show off a tiny bit of a suit to trick you into thinking it was someone else, but then you'll be like, oh wow, it's actually Pink Batman, not some female character or whoever wears pink. But it's Pink Batman, and how could I not put this guy in the series? He's so kind of fluorescent and so bright and amazing. He is cool. Like, you know about Batman, I don't need to explain it. And one of the classic Batman comics actually has him wearing pink because he wants to, can't remember what. I think he has to be a decoy at some stage and like draw lots of attention to himself. So to do that, he wears a pink Batman suit, and somehow, well, not somehow, but obviously that then draws a lot of attention, and he does whatever he's meant to be doing when drawing the attention. But I don't care why he was wearing it, it looks awesome. And here we have Star-Lord. Now again, I was always mixed up with Star-Lord and Ant-Man all through Series 2 of the Ooshies, but this Star-Lord is a great Star-Lord. It's obvious to see who he is, and I don't know why he's here. Maybe, I think I just like the yellow, blue, and red combination with the mask. I don't know why, but he looks awesome, so that's why I chose Star-Lord, and I like the character. He's cool. Hooray, it's Howard the Duck. Now, this is another one of the early classic characters, so you may not have seen him besides like brief cameos in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but mainly I've got him here because I'm just impressed that the Ooshies people went to all the effort to create a separate model and a separate mode, and like a tiny little character just for this one guy. Like in Series 1, a little bit of Series 2, they largely kind of recycled the same models, just making little tweaks. But in Series 3, they go all out, like making custom modes and models just for like specific characters, even though it's only going to use them once. So that was very cool in my eyes, and that's why Howard the Duck is here. Yay, awesome entrance. Okay, here we have Hawkman. Now, you've probably heard me rant about Hawkman before, so this may not be news to you, but I really like Hawkman, and the only real time I've seen him is in comics. I think it's called Injustice, where Superman turns into a bad guy and kind of creates his own, like Civil War, but for DC. Like, Superman has his own gang of superheroes, and he becomes like a bad guy, and then Batman is trying to do good, and he's got his own bunch of superheroes. But in that, they have Hawkman, and he loses it. He gets super angry at Superman because Superman's kind of like taking Hawk Lady from him, and he gets a kryptonite mace, and he goes and beats the poop out of Superman, and he's so ferocious and awesome. It was really cool. So it's hard to not like Hawkman after that, and I recommend that you guys read that series. It's called Injustice. I can't remember the rest of it, but just Google the word Injustice and DC and you'll find it. Next up, we've got Miles Morales' Spider-Man. Now, again, I mainly chose this Ooshie because I like the looks of it, but I also like how, just knowing that in the future, when after Spider-Man passes away, this cool guy, Miles Morales, decides to be Spider-Man, and he kind of doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He's kind of like scared and kind of just wanting to just keep to himself, unlike the original Spider-Man, who was all gung-ho about stopping crime and all that. This guy's a bit more, I don't know, doesn't want to do it, and he kind of gets pulled into it, and he just seems very cool. So that's why he's here, but 99% because of the looks. Now next up we have Toxin, and he is the grandson of Venom, the son of Carnage, and strong enough to fight both of them by himself and win, which is awesome. Now he took over a guy called Pat something, I can't remember his name, but he was like a police officer, and once he was in that form, he was really tough, saved lots of good guys, also saved some bad guys. He was a little bit confused, but later on he gets defeated and he comes back later on. Now I almost spoiled it, but he comes back later on as my next guy, which is Eddie Brock Toxin. And this guy looks a lot more like Carnage, but he's huge and muscly like Venom, and he's mainly a good guy. Like he does help fight crime, and he kind of joins what's called the, I think called the Sinful Six. My memory's not the best when it comes to Spider-Man stuff, but he does join a group of like good guys, and he tries to beat Venom and Carnage, and kind of like stop them from doing bad things. So he's a good guy, and he's a lot like the original Toxin, except he's got a venomous bite, so he can bite people, and I think it freezes them, like they become paralyzed. So he's very cool. Now next up we got Hologram Retro Bucky Barnes, and he's mainly here 99% because of the way he looks. So I love the cool holographic blue chest he's got, holographic feet, and that kind of blue thing around his eyes. I haven't seen any comics which has the original Bucky Barnes, but apparently he used to dress up kind of like a blue and red version of Robin, which is kind of funny considering how like tough he's meant to be in the Avengers movies. But he's still cool, and I just love this model. Now finally, my favorite superhero of them all is Plastic Man, and mainly because he was funny. He was like the very first funny character. He was made in the 40s, so he's like over 70, over almost 80 years old, which is crazy. He was invented in the early 40s, I think. But he's very, very cool. I love his power. I wish we saw more of him, but here he is. He's Plastic Man. Now, there we have it, all finished. So, I hope you liked all my favorite Ooshies from this year. Let me know in the comments below if you have one which you think is particularly amazing. I think this guy's probably my coolest out of all of them. And if you want me to do any other kinds of Ooshies, like I know there's Pixar Ooshies, DreamWorks Ooshies, there's like wrestling Ooshies, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise guys, have a great week, take care of yourself, and I will catch you next time.